Welcome to the start of my mono bug run for Pokemon Crystal. And now, I know I've done a bug run previously in Silver, since I used a lady to breed Baton Pass onto a Scyther, though I never did use a Baton Passing Scyther to pass along, double teams or sword dances. So it was kind of a waste, I suppose. But, that's just what it was. You overslept? How early do you get up, Professor Oak? Do you get up at like the crack of dawn or something? I mean, I get up usually at like 4:30 in the morning or so because I got work at 5, and yeah, I'm recording this about 1 in the morning right now, so I get basically a power nap before I go to work. But I suppose that's just how it's gonna have to be if I want to get back on schedule with how many videos I want to have up there by my 3rd year anniversary. I'm gonna have to basically push them out very fast. It's unfortunate, but running through Gold, Silver, and Crystal is usually relatively easy. Though I do need to start getting work done on Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I might try to get one of those up tomorrow. I have to stop and catch Gyarados. Though I can't fit the name I really wanted here. I was trying to go for the French word for butterfly. Plus, it doubles as a reference to a game I've dabbled around with a little bit in Lapusal Tactics, because there's a character by the same name. I've never actually finished that game, though. I've gotten probably about maybe a third of the way through it before. I sort of got caught up in grinding, and then just usually stop, because it gets boring for me, because I do so much grinding work to power my way through optional bosses. And plus, the game has a lot of perks if you want to get the good endings, usually. So if you miss certain rooms on accident, you can screw yourself over at getting a good ending. And some of them require you to be able to defeat bosses the first time you go through that are really, really high level and basically impossible without excessive amounts of grinding. Like in one of them, you have to be able to defeat this really powerful monster, but it's not possible to beat it without having access to Braveheart, which you have to have a relatively high level character for at the time, at least, to use it. It's one of those things that can be a big pain. Technically, it's Wednesday. Just short of 1 in the morning. I don't think daylight saving time is in effect right now, but I honestly don't care if it's on or not. It's not like I usually mess with the clock that much. Yeah, it's pretty simple to make phone calls. I just don't usually bother with it. Though there is one bug Pokemon we can catch if we use the phone system, at least easier. Though I'm a bit hesitant to pick that one up, since whenever I look at it, like, the only thing it's really got going for is it learns Double Team early on. But since it can't really pick up Baton Pass or anything, I don't think, you can't really do much with it. Like, oh my gosh, it can make itself nearly untouchable if it can last long enough. But it doesn't learn any potent moves or anything, nor does it have access to a lot of decent TMs. When I was last looking at the list, I might have to double check that. So it's like, do I really want this freaking annoying, what was it? Not Horsefly. Gosh darn it. Dragonfly, there we go. Darn. I had to literally fight one of those when I was playing 7th Dragon. How do I forget that? Okay. Yeah, an acquaintance. Okay, let's pick up our disposable Pokemon, I suppose. I guess. I suppose the best Ballman to pick would probably be Chikorita, though. I mean, if we're not going to use it as our partner long term, it makes sense to take that one. Mostly because we can use it as a cutter and not have to waste that move on something else we have to catch. Ah, Cyndaquil. Gosh darn it. Though I always felt sorry for Chikorita this generation, because it's pretty worthless, to be honest. I suppose the downside of this is it does mean I'm giving my rival, Cyndaquil, so he's gonna have one Pokemon that's gonna be good against me, but you know what? I'm ready for some uphill battles. Ugh. Plus, it gives me a challenge to overcome, I suppose, later on. So yeah, we're gonna be taking Chikorita. It'll make my life miserable later, somewhat, probably, but you know what? It'll probably be worth it. Plus, most bug Pokemon don't learn bug moves that are worth a darn anyway, so I'm not gonna have that many good options against Chikorita unless I use something that can get, you know, not psychic powers, flying attacks like Scyther, but even Scyther doesn't learn any flying attacks till way later on. I suppose Butterfree gets Gust, but ugh. Butterfree's not something I'd really count on in a battle against much of anything, to be honest. Unless it puts it to sleep, then it can tear it apart. But it has to put it to sleep first. Yeah, I imagine you are busy. We'll ignore Red for now, on the grounds that he doesn't really matter. And yeah, I know he's not technically named Red. It's Silver, if I remember correctly, but you know what? Screw that name. He's got red hair, and it's more fitting than the character they actually named Red. Ugh. Okay. Tackle. If I had moved the lower defense, I might bother with that, but lowering its attack power? Kinda meaningless. I mean, at best, I drop that down to 2 damage, and then end up taking about as much damage overall anyway from eating as many attacks. Well, actually, more attacks, but yeah. It's not gonna make enough of a difference to really spare me any pain right now. Though getting a few levels on Chikorita wouldn't hurt. After all, it's an advantage I can use against his Cyndaquil later. Centrate. One of the early Pokemon you almost always pick up, and then wonder why you bother, considering it's pretty useless. Even when I tried making one that could slay dragons, I found it hard and unwieldy to use. I mean, it can pick up Ice Punch, but it doesn't have the stats to really utilize it effectively. But I suppose it's always worth a try every now and again, you know? Throw a less than ideal Pokemon at Lance the Dragon Master is a big middle finger if you beat him with it. Like, here, Lance, I beat you with a Smoochum. Feel ashamed. It's not like the game can really tell, so it's not like it really matters to him. After all, he's an entirely virtual character with no real personality beyond what they wrote for him. But sometimes there's the thrill of the kill, I suppose. I don't know how much time it take me though to get a Smoochum through the Elite Four. Heck, even getting a Smoochum strong enough to take on Lance would be a difficult task. Unless I was gonna abuse items and set up for it, but then you don't get access to Sleep Kiss unless you're a Jinx. Which really blows. So yeah, if you go the Smoochum route, you'd have to use a Confusing Kiss. And hope that your opponent smacks himself a lot while you're dropping all those items to power your baby Pokemon up. A pretty chancy strategy. Not a very reliable one at all. And yeah, I know, he's gonna bug us at some point probably about the map, but honestly I don't care about it. I'll grab this. Yeah, I'll pocket the berry for now. Well, back to the task at hand. Visiting Mr. Pokemon. Okay. I'll definitely be spending quite a bit of time on this route, though. That's where I can find pretty much all the bug Pokemon early on. Yeah, I'm visiting alright. A Pokemon egg. Containing Togepi, who in the show would constantly use Metronome, and be really bloody annoying when it pulled off a really dangerous move. Then again, Metronome wasn't too random in the show now, was it, usually? Let's not forget that time a bunch of Clefairies and stuff were using Metronome, and they all pulled off, like, Explosion or something at the same time. Okay, I don't think it was Explosion, but they all pulled off the same move. It's like, that's crazy. I mean, if they're all doing Metronome, they're all gonna shoot out a random attack. No one knows what it's gonna be. Not even them. That's why you can have epic stories about Metronome and a whole bunch of really, really bad ones. Sometimes, yeah, Metronome saves your butt. Most of the time, it flips you the bird. It's like, if you wanted a move that actually be reliable, you should learn something else. But Metronome is fun to screw around with, you know. But let's take this Pokédex and get moving. Yeah, I'm not gonna even try and complete your Pokédex. You'll be lucky if I get to like 20 Pokemon. Working on finishing that requires just way too much side work. Well, I guess I should thank this guy for some free healing, I guess. A disaster, huh? I'll try to hurry back, but I already know I'm gonna run into my rival on the way back. It's gonna be annoying. Okay. I'm surprised we got through there without being hit by something. Kinda crazy. Well, I'll take the antidote. Okay. I know, I didn't really put any levels on Chikorita, but honestly, I can just abuse the potion I got for free for this. And even if I block him like this, he's just gonna move me out of the way anyway. But it's nice to have to watch him shove you to get past. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. And good by the fact it's new, and it's level 5. You know, that makes it awesome, because you can't beat a level 5 Pokemon, not even with a level 100 Charizard. Okay, let's do this. Here, let me be super annoying and growl at you. Let's try growling some more. On the plus side, you can't lower my attack stats, just my defense, so I can, if I nerf his attack, it's basically gonna end up being, you know, the same-ish results for him. It has to suck to be in his position right now. But unless he crits, he's not gonna do enough damage to matter at this point. Then again, my Chikorita's not gonna do much either. I'll probably end up using my berry before this fight's over. But that's alright. I'm surprised he hasn't leered again. Time for the berry to kick in a moment. Yep, called it. They make it really easy for you to win this first battle with your rival. I'm not sure why. They're like, let's just give you a starting berry so it's super easy to beat your rival, even if you just go straight for attacks, you know? Well, I suppose I should be thankful. At least it means I get an easy few Pokédollars here. Thanks for your contribution to my Pokeball fund. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. You'll have to get past me, the soon-to-be world's premier bug trainer. Jeez. Well, the only other game I think where you train bugs is probably Rogue Galaxy. There's actually a side quest where you have to catch and train bugs and compete in tournaments with them. It's a side quest, so it's optional, but yeah, there's a whole thing there for that. Kinda crazy. Yeah, it was. I just fought the guy that had it. What? You battled a trainer like that? Did you happen to get his name? Well, since I tried to avoid the super childishness of giving him a really, funny name that's really super dickish, I guess we gotta come up with something that makes sense here. I don't know. I guess we got enough room for that. Bug food. Yeah, it was. No wonder he's so angry at the world. He has a terrible name. Well, got anything else for me, Professor Elm? Because I just want to give you this egg and get going. Have fun with it. Yeah, I did. He saw my potential. Probably not as he envisioned it, though. Yeah, champion, alright. It's gonna be a long slog to become a champion. Will be a long one. Yeah, it's a good 10-15 hours. Probably gonna be longer for us with our team. After all, most bug Pokemon do not exactly have the best stats out there. I'm probably gonna have to rely on Heracross and Scyther or Pinsir to get me through. And I know I used the Scyther last time to take down Lance when I was doing this, so I may skip over Scyther. But then again, Scyther's so awesome, I might want to pick one up anyway. The whole idea of a Pokemon with blades on its arms, it's just too cool to pass up. Would you like me to show you how to catch one Pokemon? Hell no. Yeah, you have to walk an awful lot. Or bike. Or headbutt down trees. Though, I suppose this will largely do for this episode, since I'm going to have to make my way back to Route 30, then begin randomly searching for bug Pokemon. There are a lot there, but it's a time-consuming task to find stuff. And plus, since it's random encounters, you know, you never know when you're going to get those rare finds you're really looking for. Till next time, then. See ya.